If you're a seasoned adult over age 55, it's likely you have developed an appreciation for lifelong learning, enjoying the process of getting to know about all sorts of things you may not have had time for earlier. That's the idea behind the OLLI Lifelong Learning Institute, a membership program that provides its participants with classes and opportunities in several different directions. Vonnie Wheeler is the executive director, and James Davis is the dean of the University College at the University of Denver. And the two of you are the most knowledgeable people we know about this program. Vonnie, I know you've been doing it under a different name for many years. Exactly what is it?
Well, the OLLI program, that stands for the OLLI Lifelong Learning Institute, is a program for people that are intellectually curious and just inquisitive people who want to learn in the company of their peers. Many of the people that become members of our organization at one time audited classes at the university, and many still do. But more and more and more they are coming to our organization because they're peers. And there's something about sitting in a classroom discussing a national issue or something on history with someone who maybe had the same experiences that you've had.
And so, and it's also peer facilitated then? The people teaching the classes are the people who are members?
That's correct. And that's the theory behind it, that the facilitators, and we call them facilitators, are also members. And we impress upon people who are looking into that you don't have to be an expert. Many times people facilitate a class on a book that they have read and found so fascinating that they simply wanted to discuss it with people. So they would offer a class on that and put together an 8-week syllabus and give outside readings and so forth, and people then come together and follow that syllabus and really delve into it. The World is Flat by Thomas Friedman was a very good example. And that was so popular, we offered it 4 times.
Oh, for heaven's sake. Dr. Davis, this comes under the auspices of the University College, which is what? Explain that.
Well, University College is the School for Continuing and Professional Studies at the University of Denver, offering courses for working professionals and for older adults in the evening and online. And
it's not for credit work, just interested people who want to sit in on the classes?
Well, we have master's programs, certificates, and bachelor's programs, but this work is not for credit. And there's also a second program for older adults called the Enrichment Program, which offers short, non-credit courses on similar kinds of topics, creative writing, art, literature, and so on. And it's not a membership program, and it's not self-facilitated. So one of the things that older adults say is we like options. We like opportunity to be in one program or the other, and many are in both.
The membership part reminds me, how much does it cost to be a member of OLLI?
It's $100 per term. We have 3 terms a year, 3 8-week terms. $100 per term for an individual, and it's $240 a year for an individual and $470 for a couple for a year. And this entitles people to take as many classes as they want.
During that term?
They could take up to 6. Not very many people do, but they could.
Wow. And you have 2 places, 2 campuses essentially.
Yes, and we have just opened this year the OLLI West Campus, which is at 14350 West 32nd Avenue. So
32nd and Youngfield, I think that is.
That's right, 32nd and Youngfield. And that draws people from Evergreen, from Arvada, Lakewood.
And the great thing is, this is kind of moving to be statewide. Tell us the background behind Bernard Osher and these grants.
Okay, well, Bernard Osher and a friend in California got together and offered the very first program at Sonoma State University. We'd actually been doing something similar, Vonnie had for many, many years, but this was a new idea there, and they loved the way that it worked out. So then Bernard Osher funded 10 similar programs in universities in California, and they liked the way that went. So then Bernard Osher said, I'd like to have one of these in every state of the union, and there are now more than 100 Osher Lifelong Learning Institutes. There's also a sister institution here in Colorado. The Colorado State University in Fort Collins also received its first-year OSHA grant at the same time that we did.
That's wonderful news, I'm sure, to a lot of our audience around Colorado. Vonnie, give me an example of something kind of unusual. You mentioned to me before we started taping a doctor who taught a humor class.
Right, and that is not unusual. We have many retired professionals. We have people from all walks of life. And this one particular surgeon just loved collecting humor, and he decided that he wanted to offer a class on humor. And it was packed. I mean, it was so many people wanted to take that class. And another, we've had art historians who are doing art tours around the city, and they have contacts and inside information and so forth. And we've worked with the CU Medical School in doing a genome class. Oh, wow. And they invited us there, and the medical professors did each class for 8 weeks. They presented the class. And so there's so many different, anything goes. That's the wonderful thing. I mean, just about anything goes.
And you have 900 some students?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, yes.
That's a huge percentage of people in the metro area, I would think.
Right.
And we're also serving 700 in the enrichment program, just people coming in to take courses.
We'll refer people to the du.edu website to find out more. Just put OLLI into the search engine there. Vonnie Wheeler is the Executive Director of the Osher Lifelong Learning Institute, and James Davis is the Dean of the University College at the University of Denver.